Hi, well, a super quick update. For those of you who are following on Twitter, you'll have seen the live trade alerts I took on the pound. And the last one was a short right at the top, and literally 15 to 18 minutes later, the BOE had a rates announcement and some news came out, and the pound dropped like a stone, and we made 71 pips in about 15 minutes. I've now bought the pound at this current level. We're on top of the 200 period moving average, quite close to this trend line. So I've taken a half a position here. If we get down to this little rising trend line, I'll take the other half and put the stops just below. But let's see what happens from here. But what's more interesting than all of that is that we have a potential cup and handle formation here. So downtrend. Let me just try and so this is a reversal pattern. You can see it's a smooth, rounded pattern, um, which forms a cup. And the left-hand side of the cup over here is roughly the same height as the right-hand side of the cup. It's symmetrical, it's rounded, and that forms the cup part of it. And then the handle part of it is what follows, which is where we are now. And often you get a retracement back down to about halfway down the depth of the cup, so to speak, and then a move back up from there and a continuation upwards. So it's interesting that we've come down to the 200 period moving average, the hourly 200 period moving average, and this little rising trend line. And we've got this cup. Whether we'll get the handle or not, I don't know. Yes, the stochastic isn't oversold, but that's because of this dramatic move, very rapid movement down. The stochastic 1473 period hasn't had a chance to catch up yet, but it will start to drop in the coming hours. So that's the strategy. So I'm long on the pound. I'm still short on the euro, so we're sort of going in opposite directions on these two, and one of them will probably win. They don't always go in sync. The euro, when we had this drop on the pound, didn't actually. I can't get to the bottom of the screen. But the euro didn't drop like the pound did. But then again, the rates announcement was for the pound only, not nothing to do with the euro. So there we go. Downtrend followed by a cup. It's a perfect example of a cup, really. And the handle will form around about now, if it's going to, and form a little handle here, and it'll edge up gradually up there and then break up higher if this pattern works out. Of course, it may not. So I've taken half a position there. The other half I'll take at this trend line if it drops a little bit further. Stops just below. Stops probably just below this spike, which would be at about 1.305, somewhere around there. So, or 304. So if we get down to 3070, I'll put my 3070, I'll put my stops at 3040, 30 pips away. But for now, I've got half a position here. So let's see what happens with that. All right, I just thought I'd update you quickly. And again, if you're not going to get live alerts on YouTube simply because it takes too long to upload videos, and it's not an instant communication device. It's more for review and training and teaching and going over what's happened and what might happen in the future. If you want to get instant updates of what I'm doing trading, I put up on the Twitter screen exactly what I'm doing. In fact, I can go across there whilst we're on here and scroll up. There you can see just a few minutes ago I put on the trade position that I've taken. I put a picture of the chart, and this one I had also posted on Twitter. There was my short position at precisely 1.32, and 15 minutes later, that's what happened. And we got out at 1.3130 odd, 70 pips. It actually dropped a little further down to this moving average, as you can see from the charts that we're busy looking at. So that's where I got out of the trade, roughly there, just about that point. And if you have a look at the chart, you can see we actually got down to that moving average eventually. So, well, not eventually, quite quickly actually. So anyway, 70 pips in 15 minutes, not bad at all. very, very good. I was happy with that. It was unexpected actually, but sometimes these things happen in your favor. And now we're trading this cup and handle formation. Possibly we'll hold above this moving average, or we might drop down to the trend line. Either way, I've got half a position here. Half I'm going to set at the trend line. I'll put an order in for that, and hopefully we'll get a continued move up. Okay, just a quick update. Hope you enjoyed that.